Well, hearing is yet to begin in Mumbai's NDPS court, which is inside the Sessions Court, on Aryan Khan's bail application. Aryan Khan's lawyers have been patiently waiting inside the NDPS court since 11 a.m. in the morning. But the Additional Solicitor General, who is himself representing this case for Narcotics Control Bureau, is not yet reached the Sessions Court. It was told that he had just finished hearing inside the Bombay High Court, which is hardly a couple of minutes from the Mumbai Sessions Court, but he has not yet reached. What we are also hearing that he was actually fighting a case for Enforcement Directorate, that the proceeding against the Shiv Sena former MP Anandra Vadsul was challenged by Anandra Vadsul, and the Bombay High Court, of course, has rejected Anandra Vadsul's plea that it cannot be challenged. The proceedings will continue, and Vidya tells us that Additional Solicitor General still not yet reached to the Sessions Court. It's already 1:30. By 2 o'clock, the court breaks for lunch. It doesn't look like that the hearing may begin even before the lunch. Though Satish Pane Shinde has requested the court that let's continue for some more time and finish off this hearing, but it doesn't look like. We'll have to wait and see what happens further. Vidya is inside the court. Mustafa Sheikh continues to be outside. We have just heard by Vidya. Vidya just informed us that Additional Solicitor General has reached the Sessions Court finally, but the judge is hearing some other cases right now. So Aryan's bail hearing will still have to wait. The Narcotics Control Bureau, it seems to be not in a hurry, of course, because he's an accused. No investigating agency ever wants the accused to be released on bail. They always want to have his custody as long as possible. But even if they are not getting his custody, they don't want him to be out of Arthur Road jail. It looks like that it's still taking time. The judge is hearing some other case at this point of time. But, let's try and understand that what is Aryan's bail plea exactly in front of the Sessions Court at this point of time, which will be heard soon. Vidya had said that ASG has reached the court, but the hearing is yet to begin. Aryan's bail plea hearing will resume today after some time because now ASG has reached the court. Shortly it should resume. But his lawyers maintain that he wasn't involved in any sale, purchase, consumption, or now the conspiracy, or now in any international drug trafficking of drugs. So here is a look at Aryan's defense in the court from his defense plea. Okay, before we cut to those details, Divesh, it looks like that the hearing will begin from some time now. ASG has reached there, but of course the judge is hearing some other case, so it is taking time. Vidya just informed that the hearing begins now. Finally, the hearing begins now inside the court. We know that the ASG has yesterday made it very clear after showing the WhatsApp chats to the judge that look at the chats. It clearly shows that he is talking about quantity in bulk. And that is the reason why we need to keep him inside the Arthur Road jail and not release on bail. The hearing has already started. ASG apologizes for coming late. I made request to the court there, but the court had asked to wait, is what the ASG tells the Sessions Court. The Desai and Pane Shinde, of course, has to say that they have no issues. Nothing they can do about it. Divesh, today again, the NCB is going to make the stringent allegation against Aryan Khan, or whatever they had to say, they had already said it yesterday.
Well, Sahil, the argument from the Narcotics Control Bureau, which is being done by ASG Anil Singh, is yet to conclude. Yesterday, ASG Anil Singh was arguing on behalf of the Narcotics Control Bureau, opposing the bail of Aryan Khan. So it was only the part of Aryan Khan that was addressed to the court and which remains pending, which is yet to be continued, which will continue today as the hearing begins now. After which there could be arguments for the other accused who have applied for bail. For them also there could be arguments on that basis as well. Following which the court will hear both sides and then dictate the order finally for Aryan Khan and the other accused who have applied for bail. As of now, ASG Anil Singh is yet to conclude the Aryan Khan part on behalf of NCB on whatever they have found, what are the new pieces of evidence that they have brought to light, that has come to light during
Mustafa, if I remember correctly, ASG specifically showed the WhatsApp chats, and the new allegation was also added about international drug conspiracy, how they have asked Ministry of External Affairs to look for a particular man with whom Aryan Khan was chatting. Is there anything left now by the Narcotics Control Bureau to argue against Aryan Khan in this bail application? Mustafa?
And give benefit of doubt to the prosecution if they say that they are investigating this case. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you. Continue.
So I was saying that it also depends on the courts and to what opinion they take. There are always the courts can go with the prosecution and say that they should be given the benefit of doubt if they are saying that there is really a drug racket involved and there are international players in this and it will help the society. There are always these points available with the prosecution that the investigations are still on. The case cannot be argued on merit when it is in the hearing for bail, and hence WhatsApp chats, statements and foreign national arrested, drug peddlers and suppliers arrested in the case. These has been the ground for the NCB to seek Aryan Khan's police custody and now to oppose his bail. Remember, magistrate court had gone through the same grounds and not granted further custody, and then they had approached sessions court. If you look at the sections which have been applied for are of consumption, but at the same time maximum punishment for this offence is of 1 year, and hence the defence lawyers are arguing that he should not be kept in jail for more than this time, because the entire punishment of this case is anyway 1 year, and there will be no harm for him to come out of
Mustafa,
out of the jail.
Hold on for a minute. Yesterday, VV Singh, who is an investigating officer, superintendent of Narcotics Control Bureau, had filed an affidavit inside the court yesterday, and now Vidya just informed us that Additional Solicitor General is reading out point number 14, 15 and 16 from this affidavit which was filed by Narcotics Control Bureau yesterday inside the court. So I'll read out what exactly ASG is telling the court at this point of time. So his submission is now at the point number 14. So his submission is still on. There are a lot of points he still needs to cover. So what is point number 14? If I can read out to my viewers, and Mustafa and Divesh continue to be with me and hear out the argument what ASG is making at this point of time. This is what Vidya just informed from the court. The point number 14, 15 and 19. So point number 14 says that the respondent, that is Aryan Khan, states and submits that on the basis of leads obtained, respondent, that means the Narcotics Control Bureau, Narcotics Control Bureau states and submits that on the basis of leads obtained during the investigation of accused number 9, that is Abdul Qadir Sheikh, who was arrested from Jogeshwari in Mumbai, the respondent on a follow-up action, one foreign national, Okoro Uzeoma, was intercepted in respect of seizure of 14 grams of cocaine, small quantity, under Panchanama. So he first informs that Abdul Qadir Sheikh, accused number 9. Now that they say that all the 20 people are together, so I'm not differentiating at this point of time from Narcotics Control Bureau's point of view. And that person has also been booked under 28, 29, 35 of NDPS Act. 35 and 29 are supposed to be the conspiracy angle to this case. Now point number 15, which ASG is telling inside the court, is that the respondent, that means the Narcotics Control Bureau, states and submits that pertinent it is to note that during the initial investigation, some international linkages, which was actually yesterday he had already said, but it's mentioned in the affidavit and he's saying that in the court again, so I am repeating it. Some international linkages pertinent to this applicant have been unearthed. This applicant, that means Aryan Khan, have been unearthed, which is a prima facie indicating towards illicit drug procurement. The investigation requires sufficient time to properly investigate the said linkages so as to approach the concerned foreign agency through a proper channel, which would which would take some time, is what they are saying, and that is the reason why he should not be released on bail. And then finally comes to the point number 19, which he was mentioning. The point number 19, I'm trying to find out. Yes, here is a point number 19 in the affidavit, which he is mentioning in the court at this point of time. The respondent, that means Narcotics Control Bureau, states and submits that with respect to ground E of the bail application, the contents thereof are categorically denied. The respondent states and submits that there is a prima facie sufficient material in the form of WhatsApp chats. So basically, Aryan Khan's main application, the point number E in his bail application stated that nothing was found on him. Then why he is inside the jail? So they say categorically they deny that the prima facie sufficient material in the form of WhatsApp chats. Again, the WhatsApp chats have come. WhatsApp chats, pictures, etc. to show that the applicant was an active part of the illicit drug chain with other co-accused persons. Further, a pursuit of remand application clearly reveals the involvement of this applicant in the commission of the sole offence. Thus, prima facie ingredients under section 28 and 29, that is with respect to conspiracy. Please understand, the case of Narcotics Control Bureau is that all the people are involved together in the conspiracy. Aryan Khan says that I don't know anybody other than Arbaz Merchant, but NCB affidavit, which Additional Solicitor General is reading inside the court at this point of time, point number 19, which he is reading at this point of time, he is claiming that because of the WhatsApp chats, these WhatsApp chats are not with any of the other accused, but somebody who is staying at the foreign land, and they want to find him out with the help of MEA. They say because of these WhatsApp chats, they can claim that there is a conspiracy, international drug conspiracy. So sections 28, 29 and section 37 will be applicable to the facts and circumstances in the given case. So this is what is being told inside the court at this point of time. Let's go to Divyesh, because Divyesh covers Narcotics Control Bureau. Divyesh, 29 and 37, again the stringent sections, you remember last year, 27A, 29 and 37, these sections which actually tells that a person was involved not only in the business, sell, purchase, but also part of the conspiracy, which allows the investigating agency to oppose the bail and allows the court to reject the bail of the person who has been sent to judicial custody. Now they are saying that because of WhatsApp chats, they think that he is part of the conspiracy. What more you can tell us about that?
Yes, Sahil, the conspiracy angle has been brought in by the Narcotics Control Bureau during the second remand of Aryan Khan, and this section of section 29 of NDPS Act has been imposed on all the accused. The 20 accused that have been arrested in this case, all have been booked under this section 29 of NDPS Act. So this particular section binds all the accused together in this case. It connects all the accused together in this case and links each of them to each other. While Aryan Khan's lawyers have insisted again and again that Aryan Khan doesn't know anyone except for Arbaz Merchant, who is his childhood friend. But NCB insists that Aryan Khan, Arbaz Merchant...
Wait. You have mentioned Arbaz Merchant, because yesterday the NCB told the court that 6 grams of charas was found inside his shoes. And he was found with in the possession of the narcotic substance. Today they say that, please see the Panchanama. ASG is telling the court that the charas was to be consumed for both of them. So they are claiming, it's a conjecture, that the charas was found on, that's a reality according to NCB, that the charas was found in the shoes of Arbaz Merchant. But they say that this charas was brought in by Arbaz Merchant so that both of them can consume it inside this cruise where the rave party was supposed to happen, and both of them have come together. NCB has claimed that they have taken statement from Shah Rukh Khan's driver as well, and in that statement he has made it very clear that both of them reached to the terminal together, is what they have claimed as well. ASG has further continued. You know, Vidya is sending us the details, so I am reading it out. Divyesh, we can continue to chat over these details. So first of all, ASG has said that the charas which was found on Arbaz Merchant was supposed to be consumed for by both of them. ASG further continues, they were going on the cruise to have a blast, says Panchanama. Therefore, this statement on record in Panchanama signed by the parties show that he was conscious possession of contraband. He has said that the contraband was in possession of the friend and it was for both of them. So the contention that nothing was found on Khan is not correct. So that means they are saying that in the Panchanama, Aryan Khan has accepted that whatever was found with Arbaz Merchant was supposed to be consumed by both of them. His friend was carrying it, so that's why we cannot say that he was found with nothing. It was with his friend, that means he was also going to have it. The quantity of the hard drug mentioned in the WhatsApp chat cannot be only for consumption. We are taking assistance from the Ministry of External Affairs to find out about the Nigerian with whom there is a WhatsApp chat, and we have also written to the head of our department with regards to that. So basically there is some WhatsApp chat with a Nigerian national, and they want to take details from the MEA with respect to this Nigerian. Now, who is this Nigerian guy? Is he the guy who was arrested last week by Narcotics Control Bureau, or is he somebody else, Divyesh, which they are mentioning at this point of time?
Well, Sahil, ASG Anil Singh seems to be repeating the argument that he made yesterday. These points, the Panchnama that he cited, where he mentions that the drugs recovered from Arbaz merchant were meant for Arbaz and Aryan's consumption, though that is why the mention by Defence Counsel that Aryan was not found in possession of any drugs stands incorrect, because the drugs found on Arbaz merchant was for consumption of both of them. Other than that, the WhatsApp chat which they had indicated yesterday also, these repeated the same point again, that WhatsApp chat with a Nigerian national indicates regarding purchase of bulk quantity. That means that it was not for consumption. That is what ASG Anil Singh is pointing out. So this argument had happened yesterday also. He is repeating the same points today again. He is emphasizing
he is trying to convey now, Divyesh, that yesterday Aryan Khan's lawyers tried to say that use means for consumption. That means he wanted to use it for himself. It cannot be taken as to sell the drug. So basically, selling the drug is a serious charge than the consumption of the drug. And NCB says that the use means that he wanted to sell it. Whereas the lawyers say that he does not mean that use, according to the Aryan Khan's lawyers, it means to consume the drug, not for selling the drug. It's pretty interesting the way both the parties are keeping forward their point. It looks like that it's going to be a long haul, because ASG has just started the argument inside the court. It's already 1:40 in the afternoon, 2 o'clock. The court breaks for lunch. We'll have to see whether the court waits for more time before breaking for lunch and allows the ASG to complete his argument, because it's not going to end at that. The way the things are moving at this point of time, ASG is continuing with the argument. 3 points he mentioned from this affidavit. I have already read out point number 14, 15 and 19. You can go on India Today website and read that as well. But the main point of contention of this is was that you can't say that he was not part of any kind of a drug racket. According to them, that the WhatsApp chats clearly indicate the bulk quantity, which can be the commercial quantity as well. Even if nothing was found on him, his WhatsApp chats clearly show, according to NCB, that on the basis of WhatsApp chats, 29 and section 37, which are stringent sections, which makes a person a conspirator, which makes person part of the drug cartel, part of the drug business. These sections can be applied, is what Narcotics Control Bureau in the affidavit has filed in the court yesterday. And now ASG was reading out of this particular affidavit, which is in my hand. Now ASG has continued. Divyesh, please understand what he said. ASG has said that section 35 states about the culpable mental state. There is always a presumption that if the drug is found in possession of someone, then there is always a presumption what the agency says is correct, unless it is disapproved. At this stage, when the investigation is going on, it is presumed that the case is prima facie, it is correct. Under law in general, it is said that an accused is not guilty unless proven, but that is not the case under NDPS. So what ASG is trying to say, that till the time the investigation is on, whatever NCB says has to be presumed to be correct. Is it what the NCB thinks at this point of time, Divyesh?
Oh, that is what Sahil, the ASG, wants to indicate, wants to inform the court, that there is a long shot that the NCB is trying to tell the court, that because there is a WhatsApp chat where the person is talking about procurement of bulk quantity of drugs, that means this bulk quantity will not be for consumption. It would be for sale it would be for trafficking. So that means there could be some other charges that could be added against the accused. But as of now, those charges haven't been added. But yes, there's a presumption that because there's a chat message which has been found by the Narcotics Control Bureau.
He said that it does not mean that just because particular charges are not against Aryan Khan does not mean that he may not be found guilty on that, because the case has been put, the section 29 for conspiracy has been put against the case. So even if these charges were not against Aryan Khan in particular, does not mean that he will not be found guilty for that if the trial continues and if NCB managed to get the case whatever they are claiming at this point of time. No?
Oh yes, Sahil, as of now, the conspiracy section that has been applied against Aryan Khan and the other accused remains the most stringent section that has been added against him. So that makes him party to all the other sections which have been applied against other accused as well, for people who've been found in possession of drugs as well. So conspiracy is the most stringent section, which led to the bail being rejected by the Metropolitan Magistrate Court, and that is why they had to apply bail in the NDPS court at the sessions. But as of now, the arguments are yet to conclude, and following which the court will decide whether to grant bail to Aryan Khan or not. As of now, Anil Singh is yet to conclude his arguments for the Narcotics Control Bureau, but they have been opposing tooth and nail, citing that bail should not be granted to any of the accused because the investigation is still
Divesh, it's very interesting because yesterday Aryan's lawyers tried to tell the court, even in front of magistrate, they were trying to tell the magistrate as well, that the action and the charges by the Narcotics Control Bureau are presumptive of nature. That means it's based on the conjecture that just because drugs are found on somebody who was standing with you, that means you were also going to have it. It's a presumption. It's a conjecture, is what the Aryan's lawyers was trying to say. Now ASG has a counter to this because there is a section 54. He's quoting inside the court at this point of time. Vidya is giving us minute-to-minute details. So let me read this out for you. ASG, the Additional Solicitor General, has read out the section 54 of the NDPS Act, which says that under this section, there is a presumption. At time of the trial, accused has to prove that he was not in possession of the contraband. So if the agency comes out with this case, that is presumed to be true until and unless at the time of trial that it is proved that the agency case is not true. You know, it's really interesting. The NCB says that till the time it goes to the trial, whatever NCB says has to be presumed as true. And if they say, if they think that Aryan Khan was going to take that drug, if they think that Aryan Khan is going to buy and sell, was part of the business of the drugs, if Aryan Khan is part of some international racket, everybody will need to believe it, because till the time, because section 54, according to the ASG, his idea of section 54 is this. So the NDPS Act is a presumptive in nature, and that is the reason why defense argument is not applied for this, and that is the reason why he should be kept inside the jail, because he's part of some international drug racket as well as part of some conspiracy. You wish?
Oh yes, Sahil. As of now, the ASG, Anil Singh, claims that they need to further investigate the case. They need to carry on the investigation. They've contacted the MEA, they've contacted Ministry of External Affairs, they've contacted the top brass of their agency, and they've informed them that they need to locate this particular foreign national with whom Aryan Khan had been in touch with whom there is a communication regarding procurement of bulk quantity of drugs. And that is why they need more time, and again they've been emphasizing on that the person, the accused, comes from an influential family. If he is released on bail, he could tamper with the evidence, he could influence the witnesses. And as the investigation is still at the primary stage, there are much more details yet to come out. There is a drug syndicate.
Whose list, the names of these witnesses were read out by NCB. Were they mentioning these witnesses, that he may influence the witnesses whose names were read out by Narcotics Control Bureau in the press conference? Is that what they meant by that? Devesh?
Well, Sahil, the ASG as of now hasn't mentioned clearly on what kind of evidence that could be tampered with, or what kind of witnesses could be influenced. But they've been hinting. The agency has been hinting at this, and this is a very common ground for investigative agencies. Whenever they oppose bail of any
Right.
accused, this particular angle remains in each and every agency's response to the bail plea, that the accused could tamper with evidence, the accused could influence witnesses.
Let's put that question to Mustafa Sheikh, because Mustafa is also there at the Sessions Court. Mustafa, finally the bail hearing started. ASG immediately after coming to the Sessions Court started making the same allegations which he has made yesterday. But today, he's trying to emphasize on the fact that how the presumption by the Narcotics Control Bureau is right, because that is how the investigating agency work. According to the NDPS Act, he's mentioning various sections, and he says that till the time the trial begins, the presumption of the investigating agency should matter, and that is the reason why, if the NCB thinks that Aryan Khan is not only part of the conspiracy, but he's also part of some international drug racket, the court should agree to it and should not grant bail to Aryan Khan. Is it what ASG means, Mustafa Sheikh?
Well, Sahil, if you understand his arguments in crux, he's saying that there is merit in his investigation. But the other point also remains is that this is not an anticipatory bail application of Aryan Khan, it is a bail application, which means that Aryan Khan has already been in the custody of the NCP and now he is in judicial custody and his bail arguments are going on. Even if what ASG is saying is correct, they have sought custody of Aryan Khan. Aryan Khan was in their custody now and they have investigated this matter. Now, till the time they get that international person's number from MBA, will Aryan Khan remain in judicial custody? So these are questions will the NCB have to answer, whether how Aryan Khan remaining in judicial custody will help this case and will help this investigation, and how whether Aryan Khan, if gets out of judicial custody, how will it hamper the investigation. These are the crux of the arguments which have to be taken place and decided upon when a bail application is made. If an accused comes out, how will it affect, and secondly, what conditions should be put on him if there is a bail being granted. So these are things which really will have to be taken into consideration while the bail is being argued. The merits of the case, the sections he is citing, the consumption and the presumption of mention, and the NDPS Act, these are things which will come out in the trial of the case and not during the bail. Back to you.
Well, Mustafa, it's really interesting because the arguments are still on inside the court. By 2 o'clock, it looks like the court will break for lunch, and I think the lawyers will also have to break for lunch and rejoin at around 2:45. Does it look like that the arguments will get over today, Mustafa? Looking at the way both the parties are fighting tooth and nail, you think that the arguments will get over today itself?
Sahil, at this point of time, ASG's arguments are going on. Whether after he made his argument, whether defense lawyers will want to add on it or not, this is one thing. And once defense lawyers point out something, whether ASG will make supplementary arguments, these are things in the court which you really can't say what will happen next. If you take at the simple procedure, the procedure is that after ASG has completed his arguments, it will be on the judge to pronounce the order. It is judge's prerogative whether he wants to pronounce the order today itself or keep it for some other day. So these are things which we will know. But yes, what is clear is that in some time ASG will conclude with his arguments.
Aryan Khan's
and then it will
future in whether he will remain to be in jail or will he be out of Arthur Road jail today remains to be seen now, because it depends on the prerogative of the Sessions judge. Also, what kind of argument happens inside the Sessions Court from now on, because at 2 o'clock it looks like that the court will break for lunch. We are also going into a short break.